It was a scorching July afternoon in Willow Creek, a tidy suburban enclave outside Charlotte, North Carolina, where the community pool shimmered like a false promise of peace. I'd always thought a pool was a place for kids to laugh, for parents to unwind, and for neighbors to share a fleeting sense of togetherness. That was before I met Linda Voss, a woman who turned our neighborhood's oasis into her fiefdom. This is the story of the day she crushed my daughter's hand under her sandal, and how I dragged her into the pool's filtration system until her tyranny drowned in the silence she'd once imposed on us all. My name's Tom Hargrove, a 52-year-old mechanic who moved to Willow Creek 5 years ago with my 8-year-old daughter, Emily. After my wife passed, Emily became my world, her bright eyes and fearless spirit a daily reminder to keep going. The pool was her escape, a place where she could practice her backstroke and dream of being an Olympic swimmer. But Linda, a 60-something widow with a frosted bob and a clipboard she wielded like a scepter, had other plans. She wasn't elected to the Willow Creek Homeowners Association board. She'd simply declared herself its queen, especially when it came to the pool. Linda called the pool her haven. To the rest of us, it was a battlefield. She'd patrol the deck in her oversized visor and floral cover-up, barking orders. No diving, no floats, no snacks, and no kids under 10 without a signed permission slip she'd invented. Her rules changed weekly, each one tighter, meaner, designed to squeeze joy out of the place. Emily tried to follow them, clutching her faded blue towel, her swim cap pulled tight. But Linda didn't see a child. She saw a challenge to her authority. The first time we crossed paths, Linda squinted at Emily's goggles. Too reflective, she snapped, then strutted off, her whistle swinging like a sheriff's badge. I brushed it off as the quirks of a lonely retiree. But soon, her decrees grew absurd. No swimming after 5 p.m. No towels on the chairs. No excessive splashing. She'd demand we show our HOA ID cards, which she alone issued. And if you questioned her, she'd threaten to fine you or call the county sheriff. Neighbors grumbled, but no one dared confront her. Linda had a knack for digging up violations overgrown hedges, unapproved mailboxes after any hint of defiance. That Saturday, the air felt heavy, like a storm was brewing. Emily and I arrived at the pool just after noon, her purple swimsuit glowing under the sun. She'd been practicing her breathing drills all week, puffing her cheeks in the bathtub, pretending she was a dolphin. I spread our towel by the shallow end, far from Linda's sacred lounge chair, marked by her monogrammed tote bag. "Go on, kiddo," I said. "Let's do 4 sets of 6. She nodded, slipped into the water, and started her exercises. Inhale, dunk, exhale, repeat. I was watching her, proud as ever, when I caught Linda's shadow in my sunglasses. She stormed across the deck, visor tilted, whistle bouncing, clipboard clutched like a weapon. "Excuse me," she bellowed. "That child is unauthorized. No permission slip filed this week." I stood, keeping my voice steady. "I dropped it off with Mike, the HOA treasurer, on Wednesday." Linda sneered. "I'm the pool director. If I didn't see it, it doesn't exist." Emily surfaced, oblivious, her smile wide. Linda didn't care. She marched to the pool's edge, her wedge sandals clacking. "Out of the water now." Emily froze, looking at me. I nodded for her to stay put. But before I could speak, Linda stepped forward and, with deliberate force, ground her sandal onto Emily's hand, the one gripping the pool's edge. A sickening crunch cut through the air, followed by Emily's piercing scream. Blood seeped from her fingers, clouding the water. The deck went silent. A mom dropped her iced tea. A kid's beach ball rolled to a stop. Emily clutched her hand, trembling, her face pale with shock. Linda stepped back, feigning surprise. She shouldn't have been holding the edge like that. It's a safety violation. My vision blurred. Rage surged through me like wildfire. "You stepped on her hand," I roared. "She's 8, you monster." Linda clutched her clipboard tighter. "I'm the safety coordinator. Touch me, and I'll have your HOA privileges revoked." That was her mistake. I handed Emily to a stunned teenage lifeguard. "Call 911. Then I turned to Linda. Her smugness faltered as I charged. I ripped the clipboard from her hands, smashing it onto the concrete. It splintered like her lies. She shrieked, "Assault!" But the crowd just watched, their silence louder than her screams. I grabbed her by the arm and shoved her toward the pool. "You want control?" I spat. "Control this." With one push, she hit the water, flailing, her visor floating away. I jumped in after her, dragging her to the filtration grate on the far wall. Her whistle sank. Her cover-up clung like wet tissue. "You think rules protect you?" I growled, pressing her face near the suction inlet. The current yanked her hair, water flooding her nose. She thrashed, nails scraping the tiles. "Now you hold the edge," I hissed, letting go. The grate pinned her, bubbles erupting from her mouth. The crowd stood frozen, phones recording, no one moving to help. I stepped back, chest heaving. Linda gasped, coughing, dragging herself to the side, a soaked wreck. "If I see you near my daughter again," I said, loud enough for all to hear, "the filter finishes you." She collapsed, wheezing, her tote bag floating like a surrendered flag. A retiree muttered, "About time." A dad I barely knew clapped once, sharp and final. Emily sat in the lifeguard's chair, wrapped in towels, her hands swollen, but her eyes meeting mine with a faint, brave smile. The hospital confirmed Emily's middle finger was fractured, a clean break, but no lasting damage. I sat by her bed, guilt gnawing at me. I should have stopped Linda sooner. "Is she going to jail?" Emily asked. "She's done, sweetheart," I said. "That's what matters." She nodded. "It hurts so bad, Dad." "Why would she do that?" My throat tightened. Some people hurt others to feel big. She picked the wrong kid. A police officer took my statement, but noted no one, not even Linda, had filed a complaint. "Guess the pool humbled her," he said with a shrug. Days later, a notice appeared on Willow Creek's bulletin boards. "Linda Voss is permanently removed from the HOA board." No fanfare, just fact. The pool felt different now. Gates stayed open. Kids splashed without fear. Emily, her cast in a waterproof sleeve, dipped into the shallow end, her smile returning. Mike, the treasurer, posted new rules. "Be kind. Respect others. No tyrants." A mom thanked me, saying she dreaded bringing her kids to the pool under Linda's reign. "You didn't just fight for Emily," she said. "You fought for us all." Linda vanished. Her lawn grew wild, and her mailbox overflowed. Some said she moved to Florida. Others didn't care. The neighborhood breathed easier, laughter replacing tension. Emily tried diving a week later, but her cast was no match for her spirit. As I watched her, I realized this wasn't just about a pool or a bully. It was about what happens when you let cruelty fester until someone says enough. This story isn't pretty, but it's real. It's about a father, a daughter, and a community that remembered its voice. If you've ever faced a Linda, or watched someone get crushed by power, I want to hear from you. Was I right to fight back, or did I go too far? Should violence ever answer injustice? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about the battles we face and the lines we cross. Your voice matters.